Andrew Freund is a television host and pop culture expert. He joins us now with what you can't miss. All right, so let's start off in the movie theaters, the Bike Riders.
Yes.
You've got Austin Butler, who I met this week and is lovely. You've got Jodie Comer, Tom Hardy, and it's actually based on a book of photos. Is that right?
Yeah, it's based off this 1968 photo book about this outlaw motorcycle group in Chicago. And you know, this movie takes some twists and turns. Also, Jodie Comer's accent in this is...
I've heard.
Yes, and it's stirring up. People are like, that's not real. But it actually, if you hear the real woman it's based on, it is dead on. Her accent, Jodie Comer, congrats. Like, we could see her getting an award nomination for this performance. I thought her performance was really, really spectacular.
Oh, that's good enough. She's already got an Emmy and a Tony, I think, so
she can do no wrong.
Almost to the EGOT. All right, so let's swap motorbikes for a mobility scooter for our next movie.
Yes.
A 93-year-old vigilante named Thelma, is that it?
Yeah, so you know, when you think of action heroes, you think of Tom Cruise, you think of The Rock, and now you think of June Squibb. And basically, this movie came about because the director's grandmother was scammed. And so he was like, well, what if my grandmother got back? And cut to, he makes this movie starring June Squibb, and she goes on a mission to get her $10,000 back. And she did her own stunts in the film.
What?
Yes, and she's 94 years young. June Squibb, you go on with your bad self.
Oh my gosh, she's a national treasure, so
Yes.
I love that. All right, let's talk about the documentary that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks now. It's the one about Celine Dion, capturing her journey over the last few years, her battle with stiff person syndrome. You've seen it. What were some of the biggest moments
So
in your
it's
mind?
fun. I've been thinking about this movie. I saw the film on Monday, and now what day is it? It's Friday.
It is Friday. I know, it feels...
I can't honestly get it out of my head. It is the most kind of raw, compelling documentary we've seen about a star of that caliber. And, you know, I don't know if you watched Hoda's interview, but one of the things Hoda talked about was there is a scene where you actually see Celine, an episode where Celine has a seizure.
Okay.
And the camera does not go off of her. And it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever seen on screen to watch. And she has been through hell, but you know what? You root for her. Yeah. I hope she has the biggest comeback.
no kidding.
Yeah.
That she's sharing this with people too and being so open about it. It's pretty incredible.
Incredible. No makeup, and it's her raw, trying to get her voice back, trying to get her life back.
We can only hope that she does. I've interviewed her before. She's absolutely lovely, too.
Yeah.
All right, this week we celebrated Juneteenth, and Netflix released a documentary about the history of the first black Barbie doll, which actually wasn't released until 1980.
I know, right?
We've been talking so much about Barbie over the last year. This is an important story.
Yeah, when I heard about this, I was shocked. It's produced by Shonda Land. Shonda Rhimes is a huge Barbie fan, but the documentary is really about 3 black women that worked at Mattel that really spearheaded in getting black Barbie to the market in 1980. There's also interviews with Gabourey Sidibe, but it's really a documentary about race, about identity, and about feeling valued, and it's fascinating.
All right, let's talk about a new special from HBO. It's streaming on Max. The full title is Slave Play, Not a Movie, a Play. This goes behind the scenes and digs into this play that was produced on Broadway a few years ago. It was a big thing. It was a little controversial.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to see it. What should we know about this?
Yeah, so this was the second most nominated play in history, and this documentary is about the director going back and teaching new actors how to kind of be in the play. But of course, the play is very provocative. It did very well. I have not seen it yet, but I'm dying to see it, and I looked this up, and the play is about, and I quote, 3 interracial couples undergoing antebellum sexual performance therapy.
Got it.
So
I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah.
It was kind of before I moved to New York, but I always heard so much talk about it. So a different way to check it out. All right.
Yes.
Andrew Freund, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us and walking us through all these things that you need to watch this weekend. All of it. It's hot. Just stay indoors and watch everything. That is going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now. Stick with us. The news continues right now.